Okay, so good morning everyone. So we are going to have a short discussion first before you do with your activity because so hindi niyo magagawa yung activity kung wala kayong libro. So for the sake na gawan yung activities, I'll be discussing for a short while. Okay? So by this time class, we are going to talk about or review on the musical elements. So there are many elements that you should observe in every music that you hear. Okay, so napakadami. Okay, so we have actually here in this book, so if you have it in your book, so that's better that you can browse at the same time, listen to my discussion. And okay, so yan. So let me start. Okay, so the first musical element. Okay, so we have rhythm. Okay, so you pronounce it as rhythm. Okay, so may broadly pertain to the duration. Okay, so when we speak of duration, that pertains to how long or how short the musical sounds. Okay, so yeah, that is for rhythm. Okay, so there are examples of how we categorize rhythm. Okay, so the first one, and that is the slow rhythm. Okay, so slow rhythm, it means 1 beat per second. Okay, so per second there must be only 1 beat. Okay, so for a moderate rhythm, so 2 beats per second. So it's a little bit slower as compared to fast. Okay, so for fast rhythm, so 4 beats per second. So that's the quickest one. Okay, so we have actually 3. Okay, so 3 examples of or categories of rhythm. Slow, which contains only 1 per second, 1 beat per second. Moderate, 2 beats per second, and fast for 4 beats per second. Okay, so that is for rhythm actually, guys. Okay, so next, for the second element of music, so we have here, okay, so the tone color or tinatawag siyang timbre. Okay, so timbre, okay, or tone color. So the unique quality of a tone produced by a given instrument or voice. So when we speak of timbre or tone color, so in our layman's term, so it's the quality of a tone or the quality of a voice, especially when it comes to music. Okay, so we have different quality of voice. Okay, so timbre. Ito yung pag tinanong ka, ano ba yung timbre ng boses mo? So, you choose among these 3. So, number 1, we have the nasal. Okay, so, nasal comes from the word nose. Okay, so, that means, okay, so, vocal sound produced by the nasal cavities. The sound comes out from your nasal cavities. Okay, so, or of the face or the nasal area. Dito sa may ilong. Okay, so, you can try that video, yung boses na parang pinapalabas sa ilong, yung something like that. Okay? So, the voice resonates through the nose. Yung something like that. So, nagre-resonate sa nose yung boses. Okay? So, that is for nasal. Okay? So kapag nakarinig ka ng kanta, kumakanta na singer, na yung boses niya, halata mo na yung boses niya, ini-incorporate niya sa nose niya. So, pinapaano niya sa nose niya. So, yung timbre ng kanyang boses is for nasal. Okay? So, next, let's come to head voice or also called as the falsetto. Okay? So, falsetto or head voice, so less effort is exerted. So, less effort is exerted in singing. Okay? Di ba yung mga falsetto, kapag yung mga matataas ng nota na inaabot mo sa music. So, nagpa-falsetto sila. Okay? So, para hindi sila makapos ng boses. So, ginagamit nila yung falsetto or head voice kasi less effort. So, less effort yung falsetto. Okay? So, yun. So, next to falsetto, we have the chest tone. Okay? So, chest tone, it is similar to the speaking voice throaty. So, it's more of the voice of the singer comes out from the throat. Okay, so it's mostly yung ginagamit niya dito yung throat niya. Okay, so yun. Okay, so stop messing with my slides, so do not annotate. Okay, so next we have the guttural. Okay, so guttural characterized by raspy sound or a growl. Yung parang raspy yung boses niya. Okay, so guttural yung tawag doon. Okay? So parang husky yung voice, parang raspy, parang ganun. Okay? So yun yung mga examples ng timbre or tone color. Okay? So I want you to familiarize that. Okay? So later I'll give you activity for that. Okay? So yan. Okay, so next. Number 3 for the third one. Okay, next next element of a music, we have the texture. Okay? So, when we speak of texture class, so it is the way multiple voices or instruments interact in a composition. Okay? So, multiple voices, how multiple voices interact in a composition. Okay? So, paano ba sila nagsasama-sama in a single music or composition. Okay? So, meron tayong apat na tinatawag. Okay? So, number one, number one, we have monophonic music. Okay, so what do we actually mean by monophonic? Okay, so monophonic music is represented by single melodic line. Okay, so it is represented by single melodic line. Okay, so bakit kaya? Okay, so parang isa lang. Okay, isa lang yung line. Okay, yung melody. Okay, kasi nga mono comes from the word one or single. Okay, so monophonic music. So the second one, we have the homophonic music. Okay, so homophonic music is also called as accompanied melody. Okay, homo. Okay, so homo, parang kaparehas, accompanied, may kasama siya. Okay, so consists of a single melodic line, single, horizontal lang siya. Okay, that is supported by various points by chords. Okay, so vertical. Okay, so yan. So that is for homophonic. It's also called as accompanied melody. Okay, so next thing, we have the polyphonic music. Okay, so the polyphonic music class consists of two or more horizontal lines of individual design. Okay, so connected with each other by a vertical relationship of consonants or harmony. Okay, consonants or harmony. Okay, so that is a polyphonic. Okay, so two or more horizontal melodic lines. So I want you to remember that. Okay, so next, for the last one, yung tinatawag natin class na hetero. This is opposed to, yung magka-oppose dito yung mono, ka-oppose niya yung poly, yung homo, ka-oppose niya yung hetero. Okay, so heterophonic music. So what do we actually mean by heterophonic music? Okay, so it's actually a term used by Plato and adapted by modern musicologists, yung mga advanced sa music, okay, to describe a primitive type of polyphony. Okay, so it is where two or more performers, two or more, not one, okay, produce essentially the same melody. Ito yung sa mga choral groups, okay? So, with slight modification in one part, so mainly through omission or addition of some notes, okay? So, this style is frequently found in Chinese, Japanese, African, etc. Okay, so yan. So, those are the textures. So, iba-iba yun. So, ang pinaka-simple kasi yung monophonic kasi single horizontal melodic line lang. Okay, pero yung polyphonic, it's composed of more than one. Okay, so that means two or more. Okay, so yan, that's how you actually classify music according to texture. Okay? So let's come next to number 4. So you might have probably heard of the word harmony when it comes to music. Okay? So when you were taught by your teacher during your previous years that dapat gusto ko may harmony. Okay? So pag sinabing harmony, it refers to the vertical structure of music. So ang music, so hindi lang yan only music. So it has its own structure. So it has its own elements. Okay? So structure of music, vertical structure of music. So while melody pertains to the horizontal elements of music. Okay? So we have actually examples of that. Okay? So yung number 1, major tonality or major key. Okay, so what do we mean by that? Okay, so major tonality or major key, it is the term used for distinction of major intervals and chords. Okay? So yung major C, for example. Okay? So next, we have the minor tonality or minor key. Okay? So what do we actually mean by this? Okay? So it is the term used for the distinction of minor intervals and chords. Okay? So minor intervals and chords. So ano yung pinagkaiba ng major and minor? So from the word itself, major and minor. So it's the difference between major and minor interval and chords. Okay? So I hope you get that. Okay? So next we have, what about undetermined? Okay, so if you incorporate your English knowledge about this, undetermined, that means no determined particularly. Okay? So un means without. Okay? So it refers to the music pieces which has neither, pag sinabing neither, wala, neither a major or nor a minor key all throughout the piece. So walang major, walang minor. Kaya nga siya tinawag na undetermined. Okay? So I hope you get that. So this happens, paano ba nangyayari yung undetermined? When flats and sharps sharply appear randomly in certain measures, okay? Except for its specific indication in the beginning, a signature, okay? So, as compared to the previous two examples, yung major and minor tonality and key, so yung undetermined tonality, so wala siyang major and minor tonality. Kaya nga siya tinawag na undetermined. Okay? So, next to harmony. Okay, so yan. So yun na muna. Yun na muna yung magiging short discussion natin. So because I'm going to give you an activity. So let's start with, saan ba tayo? Okay, so yan. So what I want you to do is to create a Word document or a PowerPoint presentation na lang. Okay, so a short PowerPoint presentation for you. What you need to do is to search over the internet of these three examples. So dito lang tayo mag-focus muna sa rhythm and okay, so dito sa dalawa, so 1 and 2. So next na yung 3 and 4. So sa 1 and 2, yung rhythm tsaka sa timbre or tone color. So what I need you to do is to browse over the internet. Okay, so mag-browse kayo sa ng mga music. Example, each one ha, yung slow, moderate, tsaka yung fast. Okay? So ano yung isi-search nyo sa internet? So a video. Okay, so you find YouTube video, pwede kayo mag-search sa YouTube video, any kind of music, pero mas maganda yung mga Filipino music. Okay, so maghahanap kayo ng slow rhythm na music, Filipino music sa YouTube. Okay, so i-categorize nyo siya. Tapos yung moderate, maghanap kayo sa YouTube ng moderate rhythm sa YouTube. Any kind of song na pwede nyo mahanap. Tapos yung fast, okay, yung fast rhythm, so you can watch over the YouTube. So mas maganda kung Filipino music yung gamitin natin. Okay, so kahit anong music ang nagaling sa Filipino. Okay, so yan, old man yan, classic man yan, or popular man yan, so basta nakakategorize siya into two. At least one example each. For example, slow rhythm. Sa first slide ng PowerPoint nyo, title muna, title including your name. Sa second slide, so lagay nyo rhythm. Okay, tapos ilagay nyo sa next slide, slow, tapos under that, example ng video. So i-link nyo na lang yung YouTube video sa PowerPoint presentation nyo. Okay? Tapos next slide, moderate, under moderate yung video naman. Okay? So yan. Next, fast, under yung video. At least one. Okay? But more than one is better for you. Okay? So for the another slide naman, may title ka, timbre or tone color. Okay? So maghanap ka naman ng music na example yung nasal, falsetto, chest tone, and guttural. Okay? So, at least one video, sa YouTube na lang kayo maghanap kasi madali sa YouTube. At least one video ang gagawin nyo, tapos, i-attach nyo na lang siya dun sa slide. Okay? So, for example, sa slide na timbre and tone colors, o another slide naman, so you find for nasal video, lagay nyo sa taas nasal, tapos yung example na video. Okay? Tapos next yung falsetto and so on, hanggang dito sa guttural. Okay? So apat lang yan. So ang ibig sabihin, ang hahanapin yung video class na example, yung slow, moderate, fast, so tatlo. Okay? So dapat iba-iba ha. Next, plus 4, nasal, falsetto, chest tone, and guttural. So 3 plus 4, you have 7 videos that you need to find over YouTube. Okay? So yun lang naman yung gagawin nyo class ha. So kailan ba yan sir isa-submit? So please save it first to your devices because kapag i-collect ko na lang siya sa inyo because next time we'll be discussing about what you have prepared for my activity. Okay? So is my instruction clear to you, everyone? Is my instruction clear to you about your activity today? So for your classmates na hindi nakakasabay, so help your classmates dun sa mga alam, paki-help kung ano yung gagawin. So you will be only doing a PowerPoint presentation containing these two, yung sa rhythm, tag-iisa sa tatlo, so bali tatlo. So tsaka sa timbre or tone color, 4, kaya bali 7 video. YouTube video, maghahanap kayo ng mga example ng music. Okay? So yan. Okay na ba? So, do you have question with my activity? So, for the submission of that, I'll announce it na lang for the next meeting. Basta prepare it dun sa, sa devices. Please save it to your devices. Okay? So, do you have question? Wait lang ha, I'll let you unmute yourself. Okay, so you can unmute yourself for question. You can raise your hand if you have question. Okay, so, nakuha ba? Sorry, we have unstable internet connection. Ano, do you have question?
Sir,
Ano po yung savior?
ano pong gagawin?
Oo,
Sir, ano pong gagawin?
parang kailangan ko ulitin yung sinabi ko sa inyong lahat ah. So don't worry, I'm recording this discussion, so I'll send it na lang sa YouTube para at least you can access anytime, or you can review anytime. Okay?
Sir.
So next meeting pa naman yung submission, pero gagawin niyo yun ngayon. Okay?
Ay, next.
Gagawin niyo yun
Sir,
ngayon.
paano po mag-submission?
Yung submission, isasend ko na another instruction naman yun. Okay? So, what I need you to do right now is to do my activity first. Okay? So, isave nyo lang sa devices nyo. Okay? Any further, question? Wala na? Wala nang tanong? Class? Okay, so, if
Wala na po.
wala na kayong tanong, class, so I'll be ending the recording.